Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Prop Wiz. I'm your host, the Wiz. Today, we'll be going over a review, a box opening and review of this Mace Windu. This is a 1/6 scale collectible figure by Hot Toys. This is part of their movie masterpiece series, and this is one that I've been waiting for quite a bit of time. I had pre-ordered this way back in September of 2023. I was actually supposed to be receiving it December 2023. It was finished, paid for. I had paid for it by then. Was expecting it to show up any day. It didn't show up until July 15th of this year, 2024. So I just received this bad boy last month. Look, you be mad until you receive it. Yo, I was extremely angry that it had taken that long. I got this and another figure. In fact, as of this recording, I just received my Black Panther figure that I had pre-ordered around the same time and was supposed to get it. And I just got that today. This is the first week of August. So you're in for a wait if you're collecting 1/6 scale figures. But like I said, I'm happy I got it in hand. With that being said, we got it. All fair in love and war. All is forgiven. Love and war. I don't know. That probably didn't match this sentence, but you get the point, man. We here now. Let's go ahead and hop in with the review.
Okay, y'all, here we are in studio for the first time, me doing this over-the-table box opening of one of my 1/6 scale figures. As mentioned before, I'm probably only going to do this for the 1/6 scale figures because it has so many accessories, so many details. I feel like this is the easiest way to at least show off the box opening part of this. Now, I chose my boy Mace Windu because he's been sitting in my studio on the floor for longer than needed in the box. It's been here since the 15th of July. Well, that's one reason. I think the real reason is because, Samuel L. Jackson, man. Of course, we got to open this bad boy up first here. Going over the box, very, very simple, very, very consistent with the Star Wars figures. In fact, I believe Sideshow, this is a Hot Toys figure, but the Sideshow figures for Star Wars look very similar, if not the same as this. So it seems like Disney might have a lockdown on how the boxes look. But anyway, figure looks good on the front. It is the actual figure, not a photo, and everything else is plain. This is the Mace Windu MMS 681 1/6 scale collectible figure by Hot Toys. This is part of their movie masterpiece series. But let's go ahead and just dive in. Okay, we do got the old school action figure style display box. Again, we've got no actual photos from Star Wars, but the actual photos of the figure itself. This is obviously the figure, and to be honest with you, that kind of looks toyetic. I will say the picture that was on the front of the box looks very, very good. This does have a toyetic look to it. This as well kind of looks plasticky. The face, man, it's a very good head sculpt so far. That looks good. Yeah. So not the worst thing, but just pointing out that it does look like a plastic scaled version of Samuel. But of course, one might argue that it is made out of plastic. I'm trying to see. Oh, this thing actually flips up. I didn't peep that. Okay, that's cool. So you get more of the window, get to see everything that's in there. But we're going to be taking it out anyway, so we'll wait. Okay. We'll go over the figure last. Just going to remove some of this plastic. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yo, they be having these joints wrapped up as they should. Okay, we'll go over some of the accessories first. It looks like we got 8 additional hands, 10, I guess, if you count the 2 that's on the body already. And it looks like we got the armored hands that have some of the Jedi armor, the Stormtrooper-like armor that they wear in the Clone Wars. So the basic thing, look like we got 2 grip hands for the lightsabers. We got 2 slightly open hands. And then, of course, we got the non-armored hands without the gloves. Same thing. Holding the lightsaber, open hands. And look like still a lightsaber hand, but got the cool Samuel L. When you Samuel L. Jackson, you got to hold the lightsaber a certain way. So that's probably reflective of that. And we got some pegs. So I was wrong. I said there was 8 additional hands. It looked like there's 7 additional hands because this thing that I thought was hands actually the pegs for the joints. All right, and it looked like we got some cloth that might look like, I don't know, maybe the sleeves or something. Maybe when he's wearing the armor, I got to kind of look at the picture. Maybe when he's wearing something else, you got these sleeves. It obviously goes around the wrist. So that's cool. We'll put that to the side. And we do have his base. It's very simple. If I'm not mistaken, some of these bases like this usually have two sides to the design. Let's see what we got. And yes, this is the case with this. So you got this side. Oh, the other side is blank, but you do have the actual base has that Star Warsy, something that if I say the Empire floor, it felt like something that would be in one of their ships. This is consistent with the other figures as well. It felt like a lot of Star Wars figures do come with the option where you got this little slip case and this going on. And me being me, I'll probably display it with this. This looks like part of a design. So I don't know if this is one of those things where it connects with other figures and maybe makes a full design. Regardless, I don't like it, to be honest with you. That looks like my grandmother's carpet. So, nah. Okay, for the figure itself, oh my Lord, he's dope, man. Now, full disclosure, I have seen some reviews of this. And of course, looking at the pictures on the actual box, I've seen, had an idea of this, man. And I've seen some people kind of complain that it doesn't look like Samuel L. Jackson. And for some reason, I believe on film, I agreed with him. When I saw the pictures of it, it didn't look quite as good. This is actual people that actually had the figure in hand, the photos and videos that they took. It didn't look like Samuel L. But I will say in person, it's way more impressive. In person, it looks like him. So I don't know if it's just one of those things that just doesn't photograph well, but man, it looks like him. And there's a level of realism which we come to expect with the Hot Toys. I think to me, on top of the little small details, the particles, the hair, just the tiny, tiny details of what sells some of these figures, especially with the Hot Toys figures. And it's all topped off by the glare in the eyes. Like that the eyes just look super duper real. This guy looks like he's looking at me right now. And with that being said, so I do think the head sculpt, I think it's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here. Again, this is my first time doing a review like this is over the table. So I'm actually, eyes are directly on the figure and I'm also looking at the screen and it's a weird thing. In the screen, it looks slightly off. It still looks like him enough, but my eyes on the actual figure here looks more like him. So I don't know what that is, what the magic of film is, why it's doing that, but I still think it's worth the money, man. It ain't one of them things I don't think people would be overly angry if it looks slightly off, if that makes sense. It looks good enough. Looks pretty good. Okay, as far as some of the details with the belt looks good. It does look like some kind of leather material. I'm not saying that it is, but it is definitely selling that illusion. Of course, the cartridges and whatnot is molded plastic, but does look very, very good. You got the little cell phone case holder, the cell phone holder that the lightsaber used. I only know that because I collect lightsabers and I would have to buy these little clips, man. These clips are they're unchanged. Like Lucasfilm didn't do anything to make these things look like a Star Wars clip. They just took a phone clip and used it. And of course it works perfect now because they really don't sell those clips anymore. So it's probably more unique to Star Wars than anything now. But anyways, it's cool to see that on there. In fact, we're talking about the figures, man. We're missing a whole thing of accessories. I just thought about the lightsaber. So we'll go over the figure a little bit more in a second. Let's get the rest of these accessories. Of course, we went over the important part, which I think is the head sculpt. Okay, in here, we got the lightsaber, the purple lightsaber. Famously, Samuel L. Jackson asked for a purple lightsaber, and he got it, man. We got the armor pieces, Clone Wars armor pieces, which is dope. We got a hologram of Yoda, got the actual hologram device, 2 lightsabers, and it looks like we got the wires, battery, and the whole light system for the light up function on Mace Windu's lightsaber. Now, I won't be using that. I don't like light. I just don't like them. One, we got to hide the wires. And I feel like even with the battery system, it's something that doesn't last long enough. Now, it looked like there is a USB function on this. So actually, this might be cool. So that means you can actually plug this in and keep it lit. So that's probably something old. I don't use the light system. So this is possibly something old, and I just never looked at it until have an opportunity now to review this way and looking at every little detail. So that's cool. So I might light it up with that case. And my biggest beef is the fact that the batteries don't last in these Hot Toys figures. I got plenty of figures. All my Iron Mans, of course, Iron Man has the arc reactor that lights up on most of the figures. And dude, it's just discouraging when it lasts a day and a half, if that. Anyway, we got the lightsaber itself, which is perfectly detailed. Again, I have a life-size 1/1 scale of one of these, and man, this is beautiful. Okay, here's the other one. So the wire is already built in, is there. So again, so cool that you can keep it plugged in and not use the batteries, but just looking at how that wire is in there, dude, my brain is going wild already with where I'm gonna hide that, how I'm gonna hide it. Hide it through the, you still, of course, you're gonna hide it within the sleeve, but it's gotta be posed a certain way. I ain't doing it. I am gonna be honest with you. I'm not doing the light function. Here's the review letting you know that it can do it. We'll see when I take the pictures. I might do it. I might display it for a little while, but the permanent display definitely will not have the lights. But that is cool. It's already wired. It's already set up if that's your thing. Okay, back to the figure itself. Man, the cloth on the cloak is dope. Now, there's no wires in it at all. And if I'm not mistaken, I have Anakin and we've got Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars, and there is a wire, at least in this top part, so you can kind of frame it. This guy does not have that at all. I guess it does sit on the head very well, so I'll give him that. There's no wire in it, but it does look like it would sit on the head and drape fairly well, very realistically. But for me, for the money, having a Samuel L. Jackson figure, dog, we gotta show him, dog. You know what I'm saying? This cat is a bad mother, and we gotta show that off, right? So again, very, very cool. I think I would rather have the wire in there because it just seemed like it's standard with the figures, and that just seemed like something that they would easily be able to do. But again, figure is dope. The actual tunic is, oh, so there's wires in that though. So, hey, they met us halfway. There's some wires in there, so you can definitely pose that. This is all the way around. So there's a wire in the line into that, and these little pieces right here has a wire in it as well. So they're giving us a little posability. So that's almost weird that they don't have it in the cloak itself. But yeah, so I guess they met us halfway. Let me put the lightsaber in there while I'm reviewing. Make this bad boy look right. Okay, so trying to put the lightsaber on, I popped my little cell phone / lightsaber thing right on off. Dude, I done broke something on camera. I ain't gonna say it was the first time. I was gonna say it was the first time. It's the first time I broke something this expensive though. 1/6 scale versus them little figures I be opening up is a totally different thing. Man, that is sad. I'm not blaming them, except for the fact I couldn't get the lightsaber in there. I'm trying now. Now that I got it off to see, was it my fault or their fault? The lightsaber wasn't going in. So it's got the connection piece. It's not sliding into the thing as well. So I was trying to slide it on and it popped off the belt. Hot Toys. I'm mad. Jesus, yo. So I'm gonna have to glue that back on. There's little holes that seems like it fits into the holes. I might be able to get it on another way. Let me see if I can take the belt off. If the belt is removable. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I can't see if the belt is removable, we'll be able to get it back on. Oh yeah, it's Velcro. So the belt does come off. Okay. So should be able to get it back on. It's these little holes lined up. I might have to glue it, add some glue to it though. I'm feeling like, yeah, because I can see on the back how the plastic was fit on there. Oh my Lord, y'all. Okay, yeah, I was able to get it back on there to an extent, but I'm probably gonna have to add a little bit of glue on there to make it work. So there you have it. Made a mistake, big, giant mistake on camera. But I'll get that fixed and before the picture. So the pictures will be proof. If you see it on there when I release the pictures and the video, the final video, then I fixed it. If not, we're gonna have to fix it, It don't look right. It doesn't look right without it. So we're gonna have to fix that bad boy. But what does suck about this is the lightsaber does not fit in the case. And I feel like I've seen photos with it working, so I know it works. So I don't know if I just got a bad piece of plastic. I have a feeling it's the little connector piece on the lightsaber itself that's doing it, but it did not fit in there. Even when I took it off and had full control of holding it, it's not fitting in there. So my mistake for trying to force it, but I am blaming Hot Toys for giving me some defective thing that's not working the way it should. Blame them. But anyways, that's pretty much it with the figure, man. We'll take it back to the studio and get some put it in some poses, man, and we'll switch up the armor, switch out some of the stuff. I just wanted to go over the review, just some of the details here. All right.
Okay, y'all, we made it back to the studio safe and sound. We got Mace Windu, basically got a little generic pose. It looked like the clip, as of now, was able to stay on, but I do have a feeling I am going to have to end up gluing it back on. But anyways, man, my overall thoughts on this bad boy is positive, man. I really enjoyed the figure. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, and that's only because, like I said, the little belt clip, the lightsaber clip did not work. There's a slight chance it might be user error, but I don't think so. I think it actually doesn't fit that. So it might just be my product. It doesn't turn me off completely. It just forced me to have to put it in a pose where he's holding it. To me, Mace Windu, the Mace Windu I know, 90% of the Star Wars movie, he was in a chill pose, lightsaber holstered. So that's kind of how I visioned him. That's how I was going to pose him. I had no intentions of having him with the lightsaber out. So it just kind of jacked up the pose for me. Not the worst thing in the world. It looks good. And even now, my other complaint was that the head sculpt looked a little off. Sitting here in the studio, it still doesn't, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks good. It looks like Samuel L. To me, it might just be the angle. Again, it's changed a couple of times even during this review. But my final thoughts is it looks good, or just say it looks good enough. Thus, the 8 out of 10 score. Top notch. I really don't think you can do better than this now. I don't think there's any other figure out there that looks better than this bad boy in terms of Mace Windu. I don't know if there's a lot of Mace Windus out there. I think Sideshow had one some years ago. But right now, man, this is top dog and it's very consistent with the other figures that they release in this series. So I'm happy with it. Anyways, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Leave me some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Is this something you own, you plan on getting, or just by the video, do you think it's dope? Let me know what you guys think. Also, along those same lines, if you like this video, please take the time to hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. As always, I love you guys to death, and I'll check you out next time, all right?
Peace. Yeah, I can see the whole world. I'm way up here. I can see the whole world. Yeah, the whole world. Yeah.
I'm way up here. I see Cloud9, Einstein's mind, a seagull, Kanye's eagle, the Beatles record sales, heaven's top and earth's hell, Jack's giant, Mount Zion, a dragon's tail. What the hell is effed up? I never come down zealous, just jealous, never come round. What I found is I'm bound to come up, so you feel down. Settle in, get used to how you feel now. It's like his noodle with body, put on your crucifix, mighty snotty, you Scotty and Mike, giving you music so hot, McFly, tell you what the future is, who it is, I'm him, time bends. I find you losing it right when the air thins. A mile high, whirlwinds, the world wins. The world wins when I win, a win-win. World War II access, who's Berlin?
I can see the whole world from up here. I can see the whole world.